24 days.
Yet the search for Mr. Stevens' hidden truth has only begun. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Watson, I found something.
It seems like it has a hole. Bring it to the lab.
Or results from the spilled liquid. It seems it has some sort of tea in it. This represents Mr. Stevens' implied feelings for Miss Kenton. He does not mean for these feelings or the tea to be released and instead tries to be professional and locks his feelings inside. When Miss Kenton tells Mr. Stevens about her engagement, he replies respectfully and avoids her. However, I thought you should be informed of this situation. I'm very grateful, Miss Kenton. I do hope you have a pleasant evening. Now if you will excuse me. As the narration is in first person, the narrator decides how much emotion is included in the text, and in the dialogue it seems that this is deliberately chosen to not represent his emotions.
Sherlock! Sherlock, where are you? It appears Sherlock has caught a scent. But also alive. Okay.
What does this symbolize? Bring it to the lab.
Bring it to the lab! Bring it to the lab!
The sample is a rock which contained moss on the bottom, a detail which would have gone unnoticed if we were not to bring this sample into our lab. After extensive tests done on the rock, it seems as though it represents the emotions of Mr. Stevens. A great example of this would be the death of his father. At first, it seems as though he is absolutely emotionless towards the situation. Here's a quote. "I think he suffered a stroke. I turned away and said to Miss Kenton, 'This is most distressing. Nevertheless, I must now return downstairs.' Despite his rock-like response, we discovered Mr. Stevens' true feelings through the foil character of Mr. Darlington, who after the death of Mr. Stevens' father says, 'Stevens, are you all right? You look as though you're crying.' Without this piece of evidence, we would not have known Stevens' feelings."
It's exactly 4:45 and the search with Dr. Watson and Sherlock continues. Sherlock, watch out!
Oh no! What is this? I've never noticed this was here, even though I did know. Something about this tree suddenly fascinates me.
Take a sample, take a sample!
Bark is our last piece of evidence from our search to find the hidden truth of Mr. Stevens. I refuse to acknowledge the existence of the tree, just as Mr. Stevens refused to believe in any bad that was said about Mr. Darlington. Although he suspected anti-Semitic actions, he refused to accept it to protect himself. Near the end of the novel, an important foil character, Mr. Cardinal, is blunt with Mr. Stevens and shows him the truth. He said, "You don't understand, Stevens. Well, we're friends, and so I'll put it to you frankly. Over the last few years, His Lordship has probably been the single most useful pawn Herr Hitler has had in this country for his propaganda tricks."
Today was a successful day in the woods. We have collected major evidence to solve this case.